All right, we back in the building. We back in the building. Salute to everybody that's here. You already know I'm Blue Devil, and we back with another video reaction. Now check this out. This is like the 10th video we make on Lucky from Hoodstocks, but this time we got Adam22 bringing it up directly to SpoetyFace, Bro Rogan, Young and Jefe, and trying to get a reaction out of them. Even though we've already heard what Bro Rogan has to say, we've already heard what SpoetyFace has to say, but I guess Adam is fishing for a new reaction. So since he's fishing, I want to watch the video. Now look, this was yesterday's live stream with No Jumper. He did talk about us. We already clipped it. We already made a reaction on it. Go check it out. It'll be right here. But now we're talking about Lucky, and there is a couple more clips on this episode, Flacco and SpoetyFace, and then some other clips that are meant worthy of getting clips. So we will get to them, including the Munchie B disrespecting Mexicans. All right, I will give you that one January 1st at 9 a.m. All right, so if you want to hear me talk about Munchie B dissing the raza, tap in on the 1st of January at 9 a.m. We gonna kick off the year with a banger. All right. With that being said, I need everybody to hit the like. I need everybody to hit the subscribe. I need everybody to tap in for 2026, bro. Listen, very quick, before we get into this video, we're not doing no small talk in 2026. Whoever got something to say about us, if you don't say it directly to us, we don't care. And that's the way we're going to run our program in 2026. Leave the talking and the gossiping of what happened or what didn't happen or what if or what not. Whoop-de-woo. Leave that for the birds, bro. And if you feel the need to be out there speaking like this, and those that feel the need to believe that, then you go for it, bro. You know, I'm going to take the big dog route and, you know, act like I don't know nobody. You know, I think that pisses people off more because they expect a reaction out of you. You know, I'm very accessible by everybody and anybody. I'm a homie. I'm out here, bro. It's easy. Easy. And with that being said, let's get into this video. Adam22, No Jumper, Young and Jefe, SpoetyFace, Bro Rogan. They talking about the Lucky from Hoodstock situation. I'm going to say this is like episode 10. All right, let's go.
We talked about the clip of Lucky from Hoodstocks, where he affectionately referred to Blueface, or not so much to Blueface, but he said African booty scratchers on this podcast. We talked about it for a couple minutes on here. People accused me of basically trying to incite a race war for acknowledging that that was kind of offensive. And then a bunch of other people ended up jumping in. SpoetyFace was particularly not feeling it, challenged him to a fade. Lucky informed him that there would not be a fade, that he was not on that if you wanted to, you could run up on him, etc. But he basically said, nah, I ain't giving you this fade that you're requesting. Then Lucky that weekend had like an event in Whittier. I'm not sure what kind of event it was, but it was some sort of meet and greet or whatever. He was posted up at the store all week. And so then there's this clip that came out just the other day, and this was the same meet and greet where he ended up issuing his apology. But if we throw on our headphones, we can actually hear,
I gotta hear this.
what was said.
So Daddy said you could catch a fair one?
So he refused the fair one, but then in this clip,
No, I know he refused it. Did he issue an apology? So that I'm saying he said he could catch one?
so he did issue the apology for anybody who had their feelings hurt by the racial comments or whatever. But then this, to me, was really something else.
There's people saying they're going to take my head. I got to even the playing field. But all the boys knew that if that one individual that called me out on that shit pulled up, I told all my boys that he was going to get a fair fight, bro. If that brother had the whoop-de-woo, whatever you want to call it, the pull up, I told all my boys that he would get a fair fight. That's on my kids, bro, that I told all my boys that. The big dogs right there, I told them all that. And they said, and some of them said, nah, he don't deserve a fair fight. And I said, he gonna get a fair fight. Straight up. He gonna get a fair fight. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Bro, these niggas,
he can pull up right now. He gonna get a fair fight. You know what I mean?
These niggas be busted.
I'm going to tell you one thing that somebody told me that I didn't really think about it until like now, right? Until like a couple hours ago. He said, and I'm only quoting what this fool said because it makes sense. And again, my feelings are not here. I'm not I don't really care about none of this. I don't have no strings attached. I'm only bringing you guys the updates, right? Somebody texted me in my DM and they were like, remember when Lucky was calling people out for fades? He said, including you, he called out a lot of people for fades and people called everybody pussy for not pulling up to fight. Now the tables are turned. Now SpoetyFace calling out Lucky for a fade and Lucky didn't pull up to fight. The same shit they did to you and a bunch of other people. And I didn't think about that, you know, because I don't really dwell on situations like that, bro. Like to me, I felt like Lucky was just making content. Like it don't make no difference to me, bro. I know what it is. Everybody knows what it is, you know. But somebody said that they were like, I wonder how it feels now that he was calling people out for fights, and he called people pussy for not wanting to fight, at least not pulling up, and now he's doing the same thing he did to people. And I was like, oh shit, that sort of does make sense. But you know, listen, when you got a fan base and they love you, they'll make 100 excuses for you. And I respect that. You know, you got real fans. You know? So I thought I share that with you guys. Let's continue.
In real life.
And it's
What do you
hard to
mean
fight
his
someone when
voice?
your heart's not really in it?
tell you
You know what I mean? But I will do it.
You're fighting because you're a racist.
Yeah, like I don't like the.
just to prove a point.
I just don't. I just don't like. We let's paint a different scenario. You know what I mean? Like you're the racist.
So my thing is,
But I can be really full hearted into it. You know what I mean? Like the tables are turned. Oh yes. The truth comes out, huh? Well, no, like you know, maybe it's the opposite. Maybe I'm not the racist. Maybe you're the racist.
We reacted to this already.
That's what I thought I heard too.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
No, I mean, you mispronounced some shit.
That was
I
funny.
do it a lot.
I like Young and Jefe, bro, because Young and Jefe ain't gonna sit here and lie on the motherfucker. You didn't hear him? Lucky said racist. You know, we all know he fucked up. He was trying to say racist. Well, come on, like, we not stupid. But I like Young and Jefe that he's not allowing his feelings to get in the way and say, oh, look what he said. Clip time. Like, I respect that, bro. Like, even if they are your enemy or you don't like the motherfucker, give them their credit, bro. We've all taken losses, homie. We've all taken losses, bro. We've all taken losses, homie, in the streets. When you're really outside playing in them streets, you've taken losses, bro. So, salute Young and Jefe.
Mispronounced some
Hey, I got a couple hours, bro. It's 9:03. I know I said that in 2026 we won't have no commercials because we'll have premium. It's 9:03, January 1st, bro. I gotta go outside right now, and I'm waiting to do this video to go kick it with the homies. So here we go. Let's continue.
So I want to accept, like, okay, I thought it was dope that Lucky issued the apology and everything. I thought that was good. But this to me is kind of funny because it's like he publicly declared, no, I will not be giving you a fight. But then retroactively, after the event is over, says, well, if you did pull up, I would have given you a fair fight, even though everybody that I was with didn't want to give you a fair fight. And let's be real, if the fight went in a way where you were not doing too good, I'm pretty sure that the fact that you told everybody to stay out of it would have got quickly overrided and would have been jumping in.
Okay, let's talk about that real quick, okay? Adam's not lying. Very, very fucking true. And look at now, right now, I'm not speaking to any gang member, bro, because all my real G's, you should already know, right? But let me speak to the ones that are not from the life. All right. First and foremost, we don't pull up to fades. Like, we not pulling up to a fade, like a one-on-one with an enemy. Usually our enemies, we're enemies, bro. It's on site. So we ain't gonna pull up to fight an enemy because we know what it is. Usually, when you get a fair one, it's something in the what do you call that? In the midst of the moment, something that's happening right there and then, where there's an argument, whether it's an enemy or not. You're coming out the store, you somewhere, and boom. All right, cool, whatever. It is what it is. Boom. Or you're fighting because you have no choice. Okay, because usually when it's an enemy, it's on site. Fuck you for life. We ain't meeting up, bitch. You know what it is when I fucking see you, right? That's an enemy. But if you're riding down the street and you got homies with you and you see somebody you don't like, and you tell your homies, stay here. I'm going to get down with this for one-on-one. The homies might let you fight for a quick minute, bro. They might let you fight for a quick minute. And after that, they jumping in. They definitely jumping in. If somebody pulls up at the park and you're kicking it and he's an enemy or not even an enemy and he wants to fight you and you accept the fight and you tell your homies not to jump in, they might let you fight for a cool little 30 seconds as long as you're winning. But once you start losing, those homies are jumping in, bro. Regardless. I've done it. My homeboy's done it. I got a video from like 08 where I'm in the avalanche and I told my little homie, rest in peace, he's gone now. In the video, I tell that fool, stay right here. I'm gonna go squabble. I jump off the whip in the middle of the street. I start squabbling with the fool. We're squabbling, and all of a sudden, my little homie jumped off and started bombing on this fool. Why? Because that's the code of the streets. The code of the streets is to win. It ain't to fucking fight one-on-one and do all this extra shit. Fool, fuck the enemy. They don't get no respect. Fuck the enemy. They don't get nothing. They don't get nothing from me if they're really your enemy. So if SpoetyFace would have pulled up, he would have got packed out. Unless he would have pulled up with his people, and there would have been a big pack out for everybody. The Mexicans, the blacks, it would have been a fucking Royal Rumble. Bullets flying, all that. It would have been crazy, bro. But if SpoetyFace would have pulled up alone and said, I want to fight Lucky one-on-one, he would have got packed out and beat. And if Lucky would pull up to SpoetyFace hood, he would get packed out and beat. Fool, listen, you can't tell me nothing, bro. Straight up. You can't tell me anything. Now, to the kids that are on the internet watching, when somebody calls you out over the internet and calls you names and all this, that's called woofing, okay? They selling you wolf tickets. They're making a show for the internet because 99.9% of the time, everyone you see on the internet is accessible. I'm accessible. Young at Jefe is accessible. Munchie B is accessible. Lucky is accessible. So when someone's yelling at the computer trying to be tough, all they're trying to do is create content to look like they're gangsters. A real gangster ain't gonna talk. A real gangster ain't gonna tell you nothing. A real gangster's gonna wait for you to do whatever the fuck you gotta do so he could act on it, bro. Straight up. You know, whether he sees you in traffic or whether he sees you at the supermarket, it is what it is. But 99.9% of the time, when you see a lot of these motherfucking dudes at the store, at the mall, the first thing they say is, oh, I don't care about those problems. It's cool. It was just for the internet. Believe me. All right? So let's continue.
Let me
so-
can I ask a question for you talk?
Go ahead.
Oh, absolutely.
So when you heard the apology, like, you know what I'm saying, how did you feel about it? Like, did you feel it was sincere, or was you still like, I need a fade? Like, yeah, all right, whatever, the apology, cool, but I still need a fade.
The initial one, everybody kept tagging me in when he was. I guess he was at his. It was like a pop up or whatever it is.
Had the whole house
Yeah,
already.
I didn't hear no apology, so I didn't feel no type. I just looked at it like, oh, this is not even an apology. But they sent me something else that
It wasn't.
he apologized, like, man, you know what, it's kind of getting out of hand. Da 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 da. That I respect him for, because.
Didn't he have? That's what I'm saying. He had all his people on that one.
No. He didn't really apologize on that.
Yeah.
They sent me something else. So one of the other clips that he didn't apologize. He like, and his boys in the background like, nah, F that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Da da da. He like, nah, fool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he got some advice or his sponsorship or whatever the case. He's like, man, that's a bad look. Whatever the reason why he apologized, you know what I'm saying? And I respect him for that, because he had backlash on his people, like, nigga, nah, we not doing that. You know what I mean? They was trying to stand on what was wrong. So I apologize. I mean, I respect him for that in that aspect. But what I don't respect is he trying to change the narrative. So if you notice me, I like when I initially came out, I said, look, we not making this a game thing. We not making this a race thing or anything like that. This me to you. You kind of like a big guy. I'm a big guy. I see you be doing the fighting. I'm training. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead. You know what I'm saying? You hold it down. You hold it down for the Rasa. I'll hold it down for the Umadugus. You feel me, or whatever you want to call it.
What was that?
Madugu.
Uga
Dugus, man.
I'm just not even familiar with that. What was it?
It's African, you know.
Look at Adam trying to gain knowledge.
Swahili.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So this is something that nobody caught, but I did. God didn't believe. No, what did he say? Nobody believed in me, but God did. SpoetyFace just spoke to young Aunt Jefe in Swahili. SpoetyFace is smiling. Adam is asking, what the fuck did you guys say? Bro Rogan is also smiling because only they know what the inside word is. None of us know. We can't sit here and accuse them of anything because we don't know what it means unless someone goes and types that up. Okay? But they must have watched the Lucky clip because Lucky said, in war, Mexicans use words like the MAYATE word and like the tire word in order to replace words that are non-recognizable by the enemy, which are the blacks in prison. And the blacks do the same and replace certain disrespectful Mexican terms, and they use Swahili in order for us not to understand what they're trying to say about us, right? So this is a play by Spody. I don't blame them, dog. At this point, they just playing this content game. Because what the fuck else is there? Is nobody going to fight? Spody not going to fight. He not going to pull up over there. Lucky not going to fight. Not going to pull up over there. So at this point, everybody's just trying to milk the content for what it is, bro. And truthfully, it's disgusting because these are all grown individuals. Spody, a grown-ass man. Bro, it's a grown-ass man. Lucky, a grown-ass man. You think at this point, they would just kill it, bro, and tell Adam, look, it's over, done. We're not getting nowhere. We're not going to get nowhere. Let's just kill this conversation. Let's move on to the next subject. Or let's just let this go entirely. So at this point, everybody's milking it for money. But let's rewind it one more time and get the Swahili part so that way you guys don't, miss it.
Down for the Umadugus, you feel me, or whatever you want to. You hold it. You hold it down for the Rasa. I'll hold it down for the Umadugus.
Okay, there you go. He said, "Lucky holds it down for the Rasa. We'll hold it down for the whatever that word means." So it can't be he can't be directing it at Mexicans because he said it's on his behalf. There you go. Case solved.
Whatever you want to call it.
What was that?
Umadugus.
Umadugus, man.
I'm just not even familiar with that. What was that?
That's African, you know what I'm saying?
Swahili.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Santesh Kitu, all that stuff.
So
that's the Kiwi language. Got it.
So we hold it down for the blacks,
Prison
whatever
talk.
the case is. But I didn't want it. I wanted it in control environment because I knew this would happen. A lot of they politics, they're not gonna allow us to just really catch no head up like that anyway. So that's why I wanted it regulated. You know what I'm saying? Like we could put it on however you want to do it. So he tried to turn it around, and I got the clip late because I don't be following. I never knew who dude was or whatever the case is, but I see he got a following. I do see he got a following, so I'm not gonna make it seem like he a nobody. But I just wasn't familiar with him. But when he said, "Oh, we having a pop up in Whittier," like first and foremost, if you from the LA area, when you tell a black person Whittier, the first thing we say, "Oh shit, that's all mess."
That's
There's no blacks around there, so like first. That's a red flag
The
right
only
there.
time I go to Whittier is my daddy grave.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You already know. You already know that the cemetery. That's the only way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's a red flag. And then he like, oh, come here, come there. It's like, oh, he trying to have a playing field all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if something happened, you know what I mean? He could legally, like, you feel me? They came over here. I'm like, oh, that's a play, bro. Like, you feel me? So my people's like, everybody like, nah, bro, that's out. Like, we ain't doing that. Like, if he want to come over here, we can do it over here. I'm like, bro, he not gonna come over here. Clearly, they're not gonna let him fight. So when I seen the video come out, and I seen 300, you know what I'm saying, essays. He said we got the homies from LA, we got the homies from us. I said, oh. I knew it, like, you know what I'm saying? We already knew what time it was.
Right.
They was telling me to come up. Had I pull up, I wasn't gonna get a fair one. I would have gave him a fair. He could have came and got a fair one. He could have. We could do it right here. Like I said,
but we all know, like, in fairness, and like realness.
Yeah.
It's gonna be uncomfortable. It'll have to be a neutral because, like, regardless, like, and we know we gonna stand on firm facts as who we are, like you would have gave him that fair one. And I mean, and let's just like hypothetically say that he was gonna give you a fair one, you know, because he didn't even have to put it out there that some of his homies were saying that you didn't deserve one. But why wouldn't I
Because
deserve
I'm
one?
black.
And that's
All right, Spody said because he's black. Young and Jefe said it would have had to been in a controlled environment because it would have been uncomfortable. But why wouldn't you deserve a fade, you know? And then Spody said, because I'm black. No, let me explain why you don't deserve a fade, Spody. And I think you should know this. It's not because of the color. It's because in LA, in California, everybody thinks they're better than everybody. The blacks, the whites, the Mexicans. It's the gang politics, bro. It ain't the color. It's the fact that I ain't gonna let that fool from that gang do me up. He got 20 homies, I got 30. Oh, them fools got 30, we got 50. That's the way it is, bro. Everybody in Cali got an ego the size of fucking Mount Everest, homie. Everyone in Cali think they better than everybody. You don't see it in the Mexican community with us. You don't see it in the black community. Fool, that shit's in every community. It ain't the color thing. It's the fact that everybody in LA is related to a gang member, part of a gang, knows a gang member, cousins with a gang member. Even the cops are gang members, bro. So everybody got that macho in them, fool, where it's like, fuck that. The blacks, the Mexicans, everybody, bro. It ain't a color thing. It happens within our community too. It happens within the blacks. It happens with the blacks and the Mexicans. The white, everybody think they better than everybody, bro. Straight up. That's what that is, bro. That's a sickness. That's a disease. You know, but that's what it is, though. And you know who I heard say that shit today, too? Game, bro. Game was up there on Back on Fig. Salute to Back on Fig. And he clearly said it. He said, bro, I don't get into beefs with people because if they from Cali, I'm from Cali. I know how we are. I know how I am. And I know that's how they are, too, because we're all raised the same, bro. We're all street politicking, bro. So if I'm going to pull up with 20 homies and the gun, best believe they got 20 homies and the gun too. Do I really want to die over this? So again, that's what it is, bro. And look, we're not going to continue getting into this. Bro Rogan says, fuck your apology, Lucky. He says, we don't give a fuck about it. He says, I'm going to wipe my ass with your apology. And truthfully, bro, as a matter of fact, I think it happens right now. So let's see if it's a few more seconds and we'll call it a video.
That's what
Because our black again is exposed to the racism
Exactly.
amongst their people against our people. Because who are you? Like I didn't disrespect that man not one time. I never called him out his name. I never disrespect. I shot out his hood, his homies, and all that. I just what makes me not deserving of a fair fight.
And that's what I don't
Only
understand.
because of the color of my skin, bro.
See, okay, I fuck with Spody, bro. I fuck with Spody. He seems like an intelligent dude. He seems like a dude with a good head on his shoulders. He don't seem like a crash out, you know, maybe at one point, but when you get older and you were that dude, you move different, bro. You move fucking different. I see that in Spody. I fuck with him. But that was a reckless remark right there, bro. He said, "What? I don't deserve a fade because of the color of my skin." Maybe that's how he feels. You gotta respect that, right? Every man got his own views and opinions, right? But I feel it's that gangster in us all, bro, or that toughness, that we come from the gutter, that we're not gonna let another man do us up, bro. You know, that's from what I've seen in the years, you know. But let's see what Bro Rogan got to say.
But I don't understand that he kept saying, like,
Bro, they don't
my
like
homies
people.
kept saying he can't pull up my homie. What did he thought you was going to pull up by yourself?
There you
You
go.
pulling
See?
up with your homies too. So
There you
it's
go.
like,
to be
What I
honest,
say?
they all sound like cowards to me, man. I just don't like that shit. Man. That's
had I known
cool.
that,
Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. I fuck with bro. Bro, my homie, bro. He said, y'all cowards. But you just said you were gonna pull up with your homies too. Come on, bro Rogan, make it make sense, G. But again, we're all having these convos over what one man said, dog. And now they might be thinking I'm tripping when I'm not. This Lucky thinks that I'm tripping on him. All over what one man said, dog. Listen, we gonna end that right there. But listen, respectfully, I think in 2026, we're all playing the same game. We're all at the same venues. We're all around the same people. We all need to watch what we say, bro. Respectfully. Because the same way that SpoetyFace could pull up with 50 goons, it's the same way that Mexican Lucky. That's the same way Lucky can pull up with 51 goons. The same way Bro Rogan gonna pull up with 30 goons and 2 Glocks, it's the same way that Lucky's gonna pull up with 30 Mexicans and 3 Glocks. You feel me? And really, is it really worth it over what? Over being on the podcast for views and likes and fucking let me get a couple extra views, a couple extra likes, and let me say some dumb shit. Bro, man, listen, dog. In 2026, HaterWorld's gonna be less accessible. We're gonna give ourselves our spot in this media game. You know, we're not gonna be easy to assess and all the extra shenanigans, bro. We're gonna give everybody they respect in hopes that they give us our respects. Whoever wants to run their mouth on the internet, let them. I want to see action. And with that being said, salute to Spody. Salute to my boy Bro Rogan, Young at Jefe, and Adam for causing all this division. I fuck with you, Adam. All right? Keep on causing division. Keep on sending them checks. And let's get rich. All right, with that being said, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Salute to all my black partners, my Mexicans, and everybody else, bro. Fuck the color. It don't matter. You righteous? You solid? Let's work. All right? With that being said, I'm Blue Devil. 2026, here we come. Let's go.